Eating habits are usually developed during the early stages of life. We then tend to love our favorite foods and would seemingly look for more of these foods each time we get hungry. However, for some, they never outgrow their favorite foods and tend to stick to them for the rest of their adult lives. This can be quite the problem, especially if you're beginning to enter the dating scene. And this is exactly what Reddit user A Total Munch was worried about as he shares his qualms about his girlfriend. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take my girlfriend to nice places because she eats like a kid? My girlfriend is an incredibly picky eater. Like I said in my title, she eats like she is 10 years old. In fact, I'll give a short list of things she refuses to eat. Unflavored water, fish, excluding fried shrimp, anything with bones, cheese other than sharp cheddar, spinach, onions, garlic, pasta without red sauce, eggs, spicy food, aioli, ketchup, potatoes other than french fries, pastries with fruit, citrus, sausage, or any quote-unquote non-American food. This compares to me, someone who grew up in multiple different regions of the US and lived in abroad for a few years, so I'm a bit more adventurous when it comes to food. Whenever me and my girlfriend go out somewhere nice, she ends up getting the same meals, usually either a burger or chicken tenders and fries. We could be going to an authentic Nepalese restaurant and she will get the french fries and white rice. To me, it's kind of embarrassing to go to a restaurant where there is a dress code and for her to order chicken tenders and fries. It especially bothers me that since I typically pay, I end up paying 15 bucks for chicken tenders that I could get from the freezer section at Walmart for 5 bucks. Recently in our area, a very nice dinner place opened up and my girlfriend has been dying to go. I took a look at the place and the menu and saw that it looked nice, but the food was kind of pricey. She said she was probably gonna get chicken tenders as per usual. I asked her, what's the point of going then, if I can toss some tenders in the air fryer for her and not spend a ridiculous amount of money on it? She asked why I had an attitude about this and told her that I thought it was a waste of time and money to go to a nice place to get little kid food. She interpreted this as me calling her a little kid. I clarified that I wasn't calling her a kid. However, it is kind of childish for her to eat the way she does. I also said, if she's gonna order food we can make at home, there's not any point in us going anywhere. This leads to an argument about me thinking I'm better than her. Am I the a-hole? Reasonably, users flock to support him, telling him he's not an a-hole. User Pilot Environmental 46 says, quote, probably not the popular opinion, but I think not the a-hole. I don't see the point in taking her to an expensive restaurant with a very specific type of cuisine and her getting fries or chicken fingers. Why is she dying to go there anyway? Edit to add, some people don't understand why OP can't let her just eat what she wants and not care. I will agree him being embarrassed is silly. Who cares what strangers think? But I will also tell you that a huge number of people have said for them, and many self-described foodies trying new cuisines or restaurants is about savoring the shared experience. It's about trying each other's food and comparing flavors, textures, etc. It's part of how they bond with friends or partners, and while not everyone understands that, it is valid. OP's GF isn't wrong per se, but it seems like for OP, he wants to share these experiences with someone who enjoys that as well. End quote. While the general consensus is in support of OP, for others, not so much. User Sherbert Annual 2294 agrees with OP to a point, saying, everyone sucks here. Look, I'm mostly on your side until the last 2 paragraphs. The point of going out isn't always to eat the food or try new food, but to spend time together. Throwing around it's not even worth going out if you only eat chicken tenders is really callous. She also sounds picky but flexible, in that she'll find something at any restaurant to eat, even if it's fries and rice. So I think it's a bit crappy you're knocking her for that, when she isn't necessarily inconveniencing you. I get you're embarrassed, but this is who you're dating. Either decide it's a deal breaker for you or learn to live with it. However, I do think she should be paying for meals if she's going to pick a super expensive place. Breaking out of one's comfort zones can be quite a challenge, but I don't think it's much of a personal struggle to introduce them to other kinds of foods. You know, broadening her perspective, widening her palate. OP did not say if he tried convincing her to try other dishes, but I personally think that's the immediate best thing to do if he wants her to eat foods other than chicken tenders and fries. While our first story might have some sense of relatability, this next one might get your poop holes clenched, so, you know, be ready. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend that I told her so after one of her male friends tried to get with her? My girlfriend and I have been together for a year now. My girlfriend has more than a few guy friends, and I'm not one of those guys that thinks men and women can't be friends. However, with two of these guys, it's very clear that they want more than just friendship from her. Like, clear as day, to the point where I don't get how she doesn't see it. If I can notice just by the weird energy they try to exude when I'm present, she should be able to get too, right?
Wrong!
Anytime I have pointed this out, she gets upset with me. She tells me that I'm being jealous and reading into things that aren't there. I argue back that I'm just letting her know. And as a guy, I can probably tell much better than she can, since women tend to be a little slow regarding things like this. So, 2 nights ago, she was hanging out with her friends, and this guy was present. From what she told me, they were all drinking, and he said some things that implied he'd want to be with her. She was made uncomfortable by this, and the night ended shortly after. Fast forward to yesterday morning. She got a series of texts apologizing for what he said, and then backpedaling and saying he would treat her so much better than me, and she's wasting her time with me. She, of course, said no, and was upset with him. After she told me, I just read the texts and simply said, "Wow, who could have seen this coming?" a bit sarcastically. This set her off and she got mad. She said that I was being such a huge a-hole to her, and she had no way of seeing this coming. She's been pissed at me since. Am I the a-hole? I told you to clench your poop holes. With a post like that, the comments did not go easy on him. Reddit user Mutants at Table 9 said, "Wow, as a woman, this was extremely revelatory. Now I know that whenever I need to determine if something a man says to me is just a sincere, harmless compliment versus him subtly hitting on me, I can just ask someone with a faster man brain to help me out. Yay, I learned something today." You're the a-hole. Edit to add, to all of the people below going, "But women do this to men too." I don't condone that either, nor does it make OP's above statement any less offensive. Sweeping generalizations about gender are not effective tools when communicating with your partner about interpersonal issues. It's about as helpful as an "I told you so" to upset your partner who just lost a friend when their trust was violated. While most of the comments has labeled him the a-hole for this post, some do see him as misunderstood due to a poorly worded Reddit post. One such user had this to say: "I think the point was that straight men are best placed to predict the feelings and intentions of other straight men, just how women are best placed to understand how it feels to be a woman. Maybe it came out wrong in OP's post, but this shouldn't really be controversial. It's also pretty wild that people are expecting this guy to be cool with his girlfriend hanging out with some dude that was actively trying to break them up. Not much common sense on display, to be honest." While some women may raise their eyebrows when men tell them to stay away from other guys, it's not all bad. Some guys are simply sensitive, when other guys have an ulterior motive for being close with women or people in general. But again, it's all about properly delivering the message you wish to convey, so you don't come off as a condescending asshole. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. This would be the part where I tell you to do all the cringy YouTube crap, like subscribing and whatnot, but as you can see, my channel is in its infancy, and any and all types of support is very much appreciated. If you don't want to miss my content simply by forgetting my channel exists, better like the video and subscribe so you won't miss my future uploads. Also, check my TikTok account, where I post shorter versions of the videos. See you next time!